Alrighty guys, so I decided to kind of even further look into the gameplay on what these two characters are doing, just to get a brief idea on what we're looking at between the two half anniversary characters. Gojo looks absolutely broken to a T. Like, that man is disgusting with what he's going to be capable of being able to do, especially damage wise, so we'll take a look at that, of course. But yeah, this is kind of like further confirmation, because obviously with the translations I was very curious to be like, oh, it says various gachas. No, these are going to be added to the standard pool, which is crazy, because I'm just like, hold on a minute, where's Fushiguro? The one green unit where I'm just like, why come he's not in here yet? But yeah, half anniversary, amazing recollection pages. I want this one heavily, so that's also, I went and chased this one when I shouldn't have, so that's kind of a bit of a bummer on my end. But one thing to note, as these characters are being added into the general pool, yes, they are going to be in the remnant, well, not the remnant page, but you can get the dupe stones. You can get the dupe stones, yes. So those half anniversary, that yellow Gojo, Toji, Geto, those units, they are going to be in here, so we can easily get those dupes. I cannot wait. I've got 18 right there, but I've got a lot to salvage. I've been saving. Obviously, I'm going to be summoning more during the half anniversary. So again, for the global peeps, all of this is going to be happening in like what, 4 months, maybe a little bit sooner. I don't know, roughly around there, of course. So like, if you want to be ahead and prepare, knowing that the 3 triplets are going to be where you can get their dupes through the shop itself, then you guys can start saving if you choose to. And on top of that, if you want to start saving your tickets, so that when the general pool does get updated to maximize your pools, you can also go about doing that. So I just kind of to make sure that everyone is aware. Not only that, start saving up your Phantom medals. As they have stated, we are getting a new SSR. Yes, the final element, because we've got blue, we've got red, we've got green. It's going to be yellow shortly, so a free SSR is on its way in July. It's going to be a bit of a wait, but it's going to give me more than enough time to hopefully gather up an extra 500, so that way I can get away with 3 copies if the character's well enough. So going over this Teen SHOKO, so she's going to be the main support for the green typing. Now, it says that she buffs physical abilities for the green typing by like up to 195%, but it seems that within her skill, as we've seen it within the gameplay, and I'll show you guys in just a second, she provides physical and Jujutsu increase. It might be so that physical just gets that slight little more. That could be the main sell factor, but this unit pretty much, in a way, it looks very similar to Yellow SHOKO, if I'm being completely honest. It's just she's more so on the supportive side, where she can increase her cursed energy. Doesn't ult chase, because I know Yellow SHOKO does ult chase, of course, and doesn't apply a debuff. So not as much as we would hope for in terms of comparing it to the adult version of her, but the teen version is doing well enough, of course. And then, of course, with the ultimate itself, I mean, well, then again, I think she's got 2 skills that can provide allies some HP recovery, which is fantastic. Buffs, of course, and I believe there's also, again, as I've stated before, you know, some DOT reduction, debuff reduction, all that good stuff. So, as a support, this is definitely going to be one of the best supports that I'm most definitely going to be making good use of, as well as many others are, in terms of maximizing and updating the green mono team, of course. I mean, Yellow SHOKO is cooking with gas, and I do utilize her a lot in the higher stages of difficult modes that has been introduced. This is probably going to be no different. So that's kind of this unit in a nutshell. And then obviously when it comes to Gojo himself, so I believe it's his skill 3 that has 3 skill changes, or is it 2? One or the other, which we'll find out. But by applying the skill 2, we can collectively increase these cores. I think it's 1 core per usage of the skill, and then I think if we maximize the 8th core by having 8 altogether, because they're permanent, then we increase our Jujutsu by 210. So realistically, that's something that we need to consider building up to maximize our damage, on top of applying that 3rd skill, because then it puts him into the heaven state, as we can call it, and then from that, it does strengthen him up in terms of doing more damage. So obviously, applying those cores, going into the heaven state, that is just a package of disgusting amount of damage, and then the ultimate itself God knows what the ultimate is going to be doing. He does have a lot of ult chasing going on, so that's also fantastic to see. So overall, this man is just building up damage, going into some heaven god mode state, and just, again, doing disgusting more AoE damage, leading into his ultimate, just kind of obliterating to whatever enemy. I believe his ultimate is single target, so in the single target boss situation, it's a GG. Even outside of that, but I'm very, very glad that he has no turn limit to where in like 7 turns or 9 turns he's gone. None of that. We're gonna have good usage of a god Gojo. So that's fantastic to see. So this is the gameplay. So if I actually go back a tad bit, so it seems that we got some form of debuff by the looks of it. So the second skill is going to be that core play that they're talking about. So obviously with each core, I don't know what the amount that we're going to be collectively building up to. If it's going to be done in stages, so like 1, 2, 3 cores will give you a certain amount, 4 to 5 cores will give you a certain amount. I'm not sure how they're going to go about doing it, but that's kind of what that looks like. And then of course the third skill is kind of where you want to start building up to get the heaven state. Of course he does have the passive, as regular Gojos do, to kind of give him that immunity, of course, by the looks of it. So there's that. So there's the ult chase, and that's the initial startup phase for going into that heaven state, of course. Love that animation, can't get enough of it. So I believe the heaven state actually requires ultimate increase, but oh, SHOKO actually, let me go back a bit and let's tackle SHOKO right here. So heals, I believe I think that could be single target potentially, but yeah, this cursed energy, she recovers 5 cursed energy by using that first skill, which is very nice. I will say, you know, good. Will definitely come in handy when not wanting to utilize the other skill, so you can build that up quite nicely. But this is kind of very in a similar fashion to the SSR SHOKO, to where rather than debuffing the enemy as well as buffing us, it's just a straight buff towards us in the physical and the technique side of things, from what I'm seeing within the animation. I'm pretty sure, I'm not tripping, am I? Yeah, like it's both. Okay, so just kind of want to double check on that one. Geto being Geto, we know what this man is capable of. So yeah, that's that passive coming in handy, giving Gojo that helping hand. And yeah, okay, so I suspected it. So in order to get that heaven state going off, we would have to apply the third skill. So you've got oh wait, his ult also provides him ult chase. Okay, damn. So yeah, at this moment, I think yeah, it's just kind of getting those cores up. Because again, 8 cores will strengthen our Jujutsu to 210%. So that's definitely going to be something on the radar on what we want to kind of build up. So there's 2 right there. So there we go. So the ultimate is built up. We can go into the heaven state. So that's something to take note. Obviously Geto will do his... Oh, Geto's dropping that physical damage. So the animation will play out. There's that heaven state. So with the heaven state applied, I'm curious to see when the counter-attacking mechanic gets applied. Through what skill? Because he does have counter. So it does take damage there because the passive is gone. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me see what other skills going on there. So now... Okay, so once we're in the heaven state, we do... Well, we get tagged now because our passive is gone. But like I said, our skill have now been strengthened. So obviously, I mean, they're kind of clearly doing the same thing in terms of the first skill. Applying the damage down towards the enemy. I believe that's going to be single target. Second skill is still working with the cores. So obviously we're in the heaven state. Applying that third skill again will then give us a damage increase, and this will also activate a counter mechanic for Gojo. Now I don't know if they're going to commit to the counter mechanic to be physical damage. I'm hoping it also applies to Jujutsu. So there's the attack increase. There's the oh, you gotta love it. There's always the ult push. You gotta love that. But I'm hoping that they give him both coverage, because again, when it comes to counter attacking, the game only has it on the physical side of things. So there's a beautiful... Oh my god, wait, that gives a core? What? You can build off a core from that? Oh my god. Okay, so we're going to go... So obviously it's going now with the first skill. Obviously, I believe the enemy's going to get absolutely smashed. It's AoE. So okay, so that... So it isn't single target. So that enhances itself to AoE now. So we're still in the heaven state. Ultimate's at the ready. And this is where you can kind of maximize the damage output. I don't know how many cores were built up here. I think it said 1 core or 2 core. So not as much cores as I would have hoped for, but that's something that we're going to have to kind of build up on. He's still... Oh, 4 cores. Okay, that's not too bad. Halfway there. Still a lot of cursed NG play for Gojo too. That's also fantastic. And of course, the damage output on what this man is going to be accomplishing is also going to be pretty nice. Oh, he's got attack and is that crit rate increase by the looks of it? Right at the end, right there. Kind of showed it last minute. Oh, could that be through? Could that be through? Ah, there we go. Okay, I was gonna say, could that be through the combination buff? And that does seem to be the case. Okay, so in terms of where green mono is at, it seems that the 1.5 year anniversary has truly elevated this mono team in making them such an amazing team in terms of the comp that we have right now. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a no-brainer to say that this Gojo is broken to an absolute T. Obviously, we will know further more on what's going on in terms of his core increasing, damage increasing, percentage-wise, but with like the base that we have seen so far. Oh wait, does her ultimate even push more for the damn healing? And then oh my god, wait, SHOKO is a fantastic all-rounder. What the hell? I only just noticed that. Wow. Okay, so yeah, these are going to be characters that I need. Maybe some of you guys may need, who knows, but these are going to be coming in global very soon too. So